I've literally been gaming since I've been like 4 years old. You know, I've been literally gaming for like 30 years of my life. That's how much gaming I love, and that's how much gaming I do. I play lots of different types of games, or have done over the years, probably every single genre imaginable. But I definitely have my preferred genres that I don't find very boring, or in general don't find very boring, such as RPGs. Like, it's very hard to make an RPG boring, in my opinion. It is very hard. However, with the right developers, or wrong, I guess in this case, you can definitely make one really, really boring. Now, I think it's pretty much Ubisoft's influence on that makes a lot of RPGs boring, especially in the open world, where they just literally have just everything feeling the same in every open world game. You know, you have your screen full of like stuff to do. You know, on this side you have all your quests going down, all your side quests. You have your mini map with all the little question marks. Ooh, there's something over there. There's something over there. Look over there. You know, a little bit of Jada right there, guys. Jada Essence Hall, Drag Race. Look it up. I know, right? On point with the references. But yeah, I think it's like those type of games. Yeah, have definitely kind of messed up RPGs a bit. They've made it a bit boring. Some people might like them, but I definitely burned out of those a long time ago. Like, I used to love open world games. I'd be fascinated. Like, I love a good fantasy world, you know, but they just have made it just so boring. So yeah, definitely, like, I loved the fact when Elden Ring came out this year, and it just like threw that formula in the bin and said, no, this is how they're done. And I was like, I am all here for it. This is fucking amazing. So I was like, yay. Cosmic, I don't play. Well, actually, I have played Genshin, but I don't play Genshin. I stopped Genshin shortly after. I actually had a chat about this the other day on this stream. I stopped. Oh, what's it called? Something Inazuma? I don't know. It's some lightning land anyway. But pretty much I stopped playing when that came out. Not because it came out. I just got bored of the game. Inazuma. Okay, I'm actually pretty all right. Okay, my memory's actually pretty decent. Pretty decent. But yeah, I stopped playing Genshin Impact shortly after that came out, and it's just because I found the game very boring. I when I first picked it up for the first couple of weeks, I was pretty addicted to it. I thought it was fantastic, you know. But then I think I just found the formula. I found the formula, and then it was literally the same thing again and again and again and again. And that's when I got really bored of it, because it's fighting the same thing again and again, just with a tiny little bit of a background, like all those blobs, those you know, they're just different. Yeah, they're just blobs. But like the creature choice is extremely limited, and maybe it's a little bit better now because, you know, it's been probably a year or whatever since I last played it. But like it is very much the same. Like every, let's say, about 20 seconds, you're going to see an event on your map that is a chest that you can pick up, for example. That's the type of stuff that keeps you addicted. But I think the thing that pissed me off the most, and probably pisses the most people off, but is what makes Genshin Impact the money, because it gets about $1 billion every year, is of course the microtransactions side of it. Because every couple of weeks or 2 months or whatever the hell it is, they release 2 new characters, and then you have to save up for your wishes, or most likely buy the wishes to actually get the character that you may want. But since there's so many characters, and since there's limited time to get these characters, like 30-day type events or stuff like that, I just found it very boring and just predatory and stuff like that. Like when I was playing it, I got a lot of cool characters, I guess. I got a couple of those legendary 5-star characters, and I was like, ooh, yay! Like, I got lucky. You know, with the the pity system that they have, which is like every 90 wishes, you know, you're like guaranteed like a 5-star, or you know, a prize. It might not be that character, but most likely it's the event character that you're looking for. But you know, it's just the wishes cost so much, and yes, the game gives you a little bit of wishes when you do the dailies and stuff, but the dailies are so fucking boring. Like, it's kill blobs again and again, or pick up the same thing again and again and again for months on all for the chance to get this new character, which is going to be replaced by the next new character, then the next new character, the next new character, until you have like 100 characters and you're like, which one do I want to play as? You know, or which 4, whatever it is in the party. I think it's 4, right? And I just found that just very monotonous. And then you go into the same type of battle, you know, a proving ground type thing to get some resources. You're fighting more blobs and more blobs, and things that are just whatever. There's blobs. I'm just saying everything's a blob, and that's literally it. You're just farming up materials. You have to level up each of your 100 characters that you probably will get eventually if you want to, you know, because you're going to find a new character like, oh wow, I want to play as this one, but you can't play as that character because they're too weak. So you're going to have to get the resources for each of these characters to see, is it a good character or not? Now generally you could be like, yeah, well the 5-star going to be probably better than the 4-star. Makes sense, right? But like, you're going to still have to level each of them up, and you're still going to have to get them all the resources, the materials for each one, for their weapon, for their skills. And even at that, then to get their skills, you have to get the character again in the wishes system, which means legendaries are pretty much impossible to level up, you know, more or less, to get their, I forget their star sign. I forget all the specifics, but like they have star signs. And like each time you get like a copy of that character, you get 1 extra level in the star sign. But like there's like 6 levels of the star sign or whatever, so it can really buff up your character. So you have to level up all the weapons, you have to level up all the artifact items that they can use, you have to level up their star signs, and it's just a lot, especially when there's a new character like every 2 months or something. It just gets very boring and very repetitive. I just don't know how people play it for a long period of time. I can get that people play it and then take a break and then play it again. Well, like when new content comes out. Like when I used to play World of Warcraft, for example, and Guild Wars, those type of games, those MMORPGs, like massively multiplayer online games, you know. I used to be obsessed. I used to be obsessed with World of Warcraft back in the day, guys. And how I eventually started to play it is that I'd play a new expansion for the first couple of weeks when it came out. Literally, like in my 1 month subscription, I'd do all the leveling content, the opening dungeons. Like I'd see all the new content essentially, and then I would unsubscribe. And then I'd wait until, you know, maybe towards the end of the expansion when lots of new content came out to pick it up again. And then I'd play it then, let's say, for another month. So that's kind of how I used to start, like for the last couple of World of Warcraft expansions, that's literally how I played. I played Shadowlands. I actually only played the first month of Shadowlands. I still love listening about it. I still love like keeping updated with the game, like, oh, what new features are coming out. Like I still, like, because I loved it for such a long time, like I know a lot about the lore, I know like the world, and yeah, like, you know, I know a lot about it. But I like to keep updated with, oh, the new stuff that's coming out, or oh, the new thing, the new news, or when the race to world first, when they release a new raid, and all the like pros, like from the guilds who have like no life kind of thing, go crazy and try and kill the last boss the fastest. Like I love that shit. Like I love watching that. So that's kind of how I started to play those type of games. Like I can't play a game nowadays that requires my constant attention. It's boring to me. Like I can't play a game that I have to log in every day to complete dailies. I just hate it. Plus it's not good for my brain because, you know, it keeps that serotonin, you know, slightly comes out every time, like, ooh, I logged in, got my daily reward. That's why I hate mobile games. I can't play mobile games. I fucking hate mobile games. They're not even games. They're not games. They're trash. But that's my opinion. But they are trash. But I can't play mobile games because it's just log in, do your dailies, log out. If you want to get more stuff, you pay money, extra money, microtransactions, and it's just blah. They're just blah. The last mobile game I played actually was Diablo Immortal, and I made some YouTube videos regarding Diablo Immortal, and of course, how predatory the game was. And like, although I kinda enjoyed the leveling experience of it, just to do the story, the game itself was pretty trash, and it's a dishonor to the Diablo series and to Blizzard itself. It's trash. But mostly because of the microtransactions. So like, the last time, as I said, I played Genshin Impact was probably a year ago, but I'm really good at remembering game knowledge. Like, I might not remember the specific names of certain things, but like, I have a general idea because I'm that much into gaming in general. If the game has made some sort of impression, whether it's a good impression or a bad impression, I'll probably remember the reason why it made a good or a bad impression on me. But yeah, I generally have a good knowledge of games in general. You tell me a game, I'll probably be able to tell you about it, provided I've played it.